In this video, we will see how break and continue works. So the main difference between break and continue is here when we are considering break, then we can see that in this flow chart that this is your test condition or test expression where your test condition is checked. If the condition is true, we will enter the body of the loop. If condition is false, we will come out of the body of the loop over here. Alright, statement after the loop block. So this is how we are going to run the program. But you can see in the flow chart that to come out of this body of the loop, we have two paths. Alright, first path is this one when your test condition is false. Second path is from this path. You can see from this path it is coming over here and then over here. So in this path you can see break. So what break does is it brings you out of the loop before the test condition is false. Okay, before your test expression is false, you can come out of the body of the loop when you encounter this break statement. In the continue, we have a test expression, that is test condition, which we check. When we are in the body of the loop, there is a test condition which we check. If the test condition is true, then we continue to execute the previous body of the loop. That was above this test expression. Okay. When this test expression is false, then we are going to execute remaining part of the loop body. That is, suppose this is your loop part of the body, and here if you have a continue statement, then what? And before you, if you have a test condition, we check here and we encounter continue. If true, then we continue. We are executing only first half of the loop body. The remaining half of the loop body is not executed until this test expression is false. We will understand this with the help of an example. So here for break, we can see one short example of break, that hash include stdio.h. This is your header file. Int main, int I. So I is a variable that we take, that is of integer type, and for I is equal to 1, here we are using for loop. I value is assigned 1. Now when the I value is less than equal to 5, we are going to execute this loop body. Okay. So let's test, is I value less than 5? Yes, the condition is your true. So if it is true, we are going to enter body of the loop. So what is in the body of the loop? If I is equal to 3, is I equal to 3? No, the condition is your false. Okay, so we will not execute the if body. So we will come to this statement. Next statement after the if is your printf %di. So what will be printed on your screen? I value, that is your 1 is printed on the screen. Okay. Now next is increment your I value, I plus plus. So now we do I value is incremented to 2. Now again we check the condition 2 less than equal to 5. Condition is your true. If it is true, we execute this statement I is equal to 3. Is 2 equal to 3? This is also false. So now we come out and we see printf %i. So we print the value of I now. Now what happens? I plus plus, I value is incremented to 3. Now we check, is 3 less than equal to 5? Yes, the condition is true. Then we enter body of the loop. In the body we have if 3 is equal to 3. Yes, the condition is your now true. If it is true, we enter the if body, and in the if body we have break. So what this break does is it brings you out of the loop to the next line out of the loop. So the control flow will come over here. No more I will be incremented. No other statement below the break statement will be executed further. From here itself it is going to come out of the loop. It will bring the control out of the loop. It will exit the loop, and this statement return 0 will be executed. So what was displayed on the output screen? Just your 1 and 2. So now we will see how continue works. So consider this code snippet. Here we have hash include header file stdio.h. This is your main function. In the main function we have for loop int I is equal to 1. So we have a variable I which we initialize with 1. So is 1 less than equal to 4? Condition check. Condition is true. We enter the body of the for loop. In the for loop body we have if I is equal to 2. So I is your 1. 1 is equal to 2. Condition is false. We are not going to enter the if body. So it is a if else. Okay. So if the condition is false, we are going to execute the else part of the body. So what is in the else part? Printf I. So what is the value of I? I value is 1. So on the output screen 1 will be printed. Now what happens? Your I is going to be incremented. I plus plus, that is your 2. Now again condition check, is 2 less than 4? Yes, the condition is true. So we will now enter the for loop body and we will check the if condition. What is the I value? 2. So is 2 is equal to 2? Yes, the condition is true. So if the condition is true, we are going to enter the if body. In the if body you have continue. So what does continue means? That the remaining part of the loop body will not be executed and it will directly transfer the program control to your loop. Okay, to your loop, this updation statement. Okay, the flow control will be directly transferred from here to here up to update. Okay, and the whatever statements would have been written rest of the body of the loop, it will not be executed. So what will be I plus plus? I value will be incremented from 2 to 3, and then the loop will execute and continue executing in its normal way. So 3 is I 3 less than equal to 4. The condition is true. We will enter the body of the loop. We will check I value. If 3 is equal to 2, condition becomes false. We will go to the else part, printf I. So what is the value of I? 3. So 3 will be printed on the output screen. Now I will be again your incremented. So I value is now 4. Is 4 less than equal to 4? Yes, the condition is true, isn't it? So now we will check your is if condition. Is 4 is equal to 2? Condition is your false. So if will not be executed, else part will be executed. Printf I. So I value will be printed on your output screen. That is your 4. Okay. So now I will be incremented. I value is your 5. So 5 less than equal to 4. Condition is your false. We will come out of the for loop and execute your return 0 statement. So to summarize what we are doing in break and continue, you can see when this condition was true, when we encountered break, so program flow control came directly out of the loop. So whatever was present after the closing braces of this for loop will be executed. Okay, when it encounters break statement. If it would have been while loop, then what would have happened? If in the while loop, if you had break statement, so it means same thing. This break statement come will make the program flow control come out of the loop of any loop type. If you have while, do while or for, if you use break then and it is executed, then your flow control of the program will be transferred out of your loop. Now your loop will not be executed again. Okay, but what happens in continue, your flow control is transferred to your update settings of your loop, and then again your for next iteration your loop will run and continue as again. Okay, unless this test condition becomes true. So in the continue, your flow control goes back to the loop. If it would have been while loop, then in the continuous, the same case would be there, that your control flow will be transferred to the test condition, that is your while body. Okay, again it will continue. That is, it transfers the control to the loop. The continue will transfer the control to the next iteration of the loop. It will not bring you out of the loop, but it will continue. That is, next iteration of the loop will continue.